Welcome back to 10 Foot Customs. It's Monday, and I'm heading over to my brother's house to go help him work on his 1976 Ford F-150 that he named Groot. And this was not supposed to be a video I was shooting. We were supposed to shoot a video yesterday that would have capped off a whole bunch of footage that I shot of us building the exhaust for Groot. And we were supposed to start his truck for the first time yesterday. But what happened was, last November, we pulled the engine out and took it to a machine shop, and they did a short block and the heads for him. Just, basically boarded over and cleaned it all up. And since then, it's been being cleaned up and reassembled. And we were supposed to start it again. Like I said, we were supposed to start it yesterday for the first time. The new exhaust, we'd listen to it, and that would have been the end of the video that I had pre-shot. Well, prior to me getting over to his house on Saturday night, because I was just going to go check what was going on, he put coolant into it for the first time to, make sure it would stay cool. And he's got a coolant leak between the two middle cylinders on the driver's side. So it just kind of dribbles out the side of the block. From what it looks like, it is coming out from underneath the brand new head gasket, and we're not quite sure why. The passenger side seems to be sealed up just fine. So he has purchased a new gasket set, and we're going to now disassemble the top of the engine. And if you're familiar with the Ford FE engines, this is a 360 that we're working on. The push rods go down through the intake manifold, so it's not as easy as just pulling off one of the heads. Hopefully we're going to find something that either failed a bad gasket, or hopefully not a failed block or a failed head, because that would just be that would just be a disaster. And it came from the machine shop. You'd hope that they went through it and checked that there were no cracks or anything, and it wasn't leaking before he took it apart. So my thought is the chances of there being a crack are slim to none. I think we really just have a thing where the gasket's not sealing properly and it's just leaking out. So this is the Ford FE 360, and if I can get my light down into here, there's coolant running out of the sides of the block there. And we're not 100% sure why. So that is our plan. Now, it looks like the block is starting to flash rust where it was leaking. So hopefully we should be able to take us right to where the problem is. So, pull that off really quick. Well, valve cover and back come off first. Yep. So we don't damage any of those. Hopefully the high tech worked, and peel right off there. I guess this is a good thing that we didn't get to the point where there's all kinds of oil all over the place, right? Correct. You've only ran the primer a few times, right? Yep. Okay. Spatula. Oh my goodness gracious, this is high tech. Oh man. Woo! That's on there.
I told you.
That's just the high tech?
Yep.
I maybe try it right here. That thing is going to pop it, start to heal. You got a screwdriver down, maybe? Darn deal. And the sun just peel on that spot. Here, don't launch it. Okay, it's peeling both sides yet. You got, oh, careful. You got a gasket stuck.
Gasket.
Oh, yeah, it's true. It ain't like that. But still, anything possible. Okay, brake booster.
That looks like a little bit easier to clean up underneath there.
I'm using for the carb. You take the carb off from the spacer block first, or you just take the whole carb off?
You get to take it off the spacer block first because you can't reach some of my. Yeah, you can't get into these.
Okay. What is that, a half inch?
Yeah, I think so.
This is loose, this is loose. Here's the wrench for the other side.
Oh, it needs a socket. That's what it was.
Needs a socket.
Yep. You guys can't get to.
Interesting.
And let's make sure we don't drop. Well, we're taking this off, so if we drop stuff in it,
Well, it's not.
it's not the end of the world. Well, let's take everything out, even the lifters.
See the lifters out? No. The push rods. Lifters can stand.
Push rods.
Yeah.
Lifters can stand. So they need a half inch for that guy.
Okay. Loose. Like that one.
Where'd you put all these?
Put them all over there. Put them with this thing when it comes off. You get a rubber mallet?
Why did that? What did I just hand you?
No washer.
I know, but how come? That's weird.
I have a hammer over here. We'll put it into the hammer to feed it.
I grabbed a mallet. Why did my stud disappear on this corner?
So did mine on the other corner. Because they're just up inside there.
They're only just held up.
Right. you have to unbolt the header from the pipe, or do you think they'll all just swing out of the way?
No, it won't swing out of the way.
Okay. Do you remember what bolts you have down on the connector?
It might be 9/16 half inch.
Okay.
Something in that vicinity.
There's a secret?
I'm guessing.
Which ones are you trying to get?
Well, the last under 2.
You get it from underneath?
I'm gonna try to remember. Like, what is something here? It's gonna be a tight fit getting back down
Well,
there, but luckily there's no ceiling or anything.
Right, if one pulls it away, you can get the...
Okay, what were you asking me now?
Why can't we pull this head without removing these? We should be able
Well,
to.
they're all under pressure.
Yeah, but they're hydraulic. You should be able, once you go set it back in and set it down, you just set them all in their cups and drop it all down the spec. Put the head down. I wouldn't remove that if you don't have to.
Well, we did take the intake manifold off first.
Yeah, I know.
We can't take it out because it goes through there.
Oh, it's right. That's why you can't do it.
Yep.
Okay.
And I don't think we need a special order.
It was a Ford FE.
I don't think we have to do a special order.
To remove those?
No, because I didn't run the engine.
Right, no heat cycle through
Right.
it. I would think. I would crack them all loose though.
But no. You know what? I'm talking about the
What?
actual. Holy. Yeah.
Oh, because you put new rockers in. I don't think so, no. Because they haven't run in yet.
Correct. So me getting them out of order is not going to be the end of the world.
Right, we'll try to keep them in order, but...
Oh, and water?
Oh, we're burning the new bottle, so we should be fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're not going to get it all out anyways.
No, we're not. But as long as we're below the head, we should be fine.
This is the thing you didn't do,
What's that?
if you recall.
Take them all off slowly?
Yep. Which is you're supposed to do. I guess you may not know that if you've never done this, right?
Right.
Rocker
lifter,
rail.
Rocker rail, yeah. Banana-shaped rocker rail. I'll go set that in the back.
One of these, and I will double check that before we put it all back together. Has to be.
It's a smaller one, right. So the oil capacity goes through it.
That guy.
Okay.
Gonna get the whole shebang.
Got it. Perfect. I'll take it. Oh, goo.
So I would say we just do front to back
Yeah, try to keep them
and
front
just
to back.
set them all front to back.
Yeah, just, yeah, and yeah. As long as you give them to me as you have them, be perfect. And I'll take my head off anyway, so you'll see them.
So
Front to back, these ones go down inside the engine. So I'm going to set them. I'll figure it out. I'll mark them.
I think head's next, or intake's next.
Okay. This is the rocker rail off of the driver's side, and both of the heads on this truck are identical. They just swap them to the other side. The one thing you have to look out for when you are assembling these is all of the oiling for this top end comes through the rocker rail. So there's holes behind all the rocker arms that get oiled. And if you look, this one bolt is shaped different than the rest of them. It's got a cutout in it, where all the rest of them are straight, like that. And this one bolt is where the oil comes up through this head and oils everything. So just make sure you don't get this, if you take them apart, that this one bolt goes back into the head where it's actually got a hole. You'll see it. This bolt hole is different too. So that's the one thing we did learn about these for sure.
Yep. Nope.
Got it. Is that 9/16?
Yeah. Oh, you can use this. It's a lot easier.
You think?
Yep.
Ah, it should come right off.
Yeah,
Should come right off.
Torque down right.
I think it would probably go down perfectly. That's the thing. Not supposed to strip the threads out.
Okay, does go high enough. So these are out. Those are all out. You need to take that rocker off.
Yep. Pulling this head is not going to be the hard part, I think. It's going to be the hardest part of the whole thing.
Probably.
Or the intake of the head.
Glued in, they're good.
Yeah. I've seen them do it on engine matches. They just pull them right back off again.
Or they're not using any.
Oh, they are. I don't know how they do it, but they just. They'll shut down, test 3 different intakes in a day.
Good for my cat?
Probably.
Well, no, you
No,
can't.
but they got to do the China walls and everything down.
Yeah. I don't even know how they test that within a day.
I know.
Okay.
Let's see.
This guy out of the way.
You can use that as a lever, yeah.
I don't know what that was.
Can we get underneath here and maybe pop it with that? Where's your little cool little pry bars? I need to order myself some of those still. Oh boy.
Yeah.
It's glued on there.
I'm gonna go flying across the garage.
Right. You're not even moving it though.
Oh.
You're not even moving it.
Yeah. All the bolts are out.
You tell me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
Nothing else bolt wise right now.
You probably want to. How you never had to get one of these off before. I've never put one on before, so I guess that's the same thing.
Well, what I was thinking is I could get a bigger pry bar and put it in here,
Yep.
and or even right here.
Right.
Let's see if we can push that open. You're saying something like this?
This is kind of what they were up all the way up front here, but I mean, kind of what they did.
Not sure if I'm on anything though, except itself.
You're on that. Let me see. See if I can get see that leverage. You're pushing up on it.
Like that?
Yeah, kind of.
in the bar. Well, if you're probably there and I pry here,
Maybe.
are you prying off the head?
I'm prying on the head, yes.
Holy smokes.
Wait, it's moving. Something's moving.
Where do you see something moving?
I feel it moving. Yeah, the whole thing's moving.
Oh.
The whole thing's moving. What is wrong with your truck? We go to the other side and do the same thing?
That or even back there.
Well, that's like came loose.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of scary.
What?
Doing this, prying on it. Okay. You have to get the front end off, or the back end off, so you can pull those things out.
What things out?
This hose.
Oh, yeah. You might want to go back
Yep.
there. That's why you put the power steering pump on after.
Okay.
You see that?
Okay, I'm going to pry the last little bit off. And I need to get myself that pry bar. That thing's nice. There it is.
There it is. There it is.
That's the stuff. There it is. Okay, now from that side.
Oh, we're still water. Wait.
You might hit the bottom and the gasket is glued on there. Got it. Okay, well that's all off. Now it's just for the important part. Why is it leaking?
Yeah. Here?
Right, yeah, go all the way to the bottom, right at the base of the valley pan. Right, we're going to the valley. See there's like a gap right there, those two gaps?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if water was going through there.
How would it get down?
Well, maybe just running through underneath the gasket, but there's no way for it to come out of those holes. That's what I was trying to find out.
That is sealed.
Right, that was sealed.
And you pulled that off, that
Right.
other thing. And you could tell that that one's sealed. It wasn't like it's loose. And there's no water
Right,
here.
it's dry.
Until we got it. And it's really not even wet there.
Right. Well, water's coming out right in the middle. That's what I was trying to check. Right there, right. So, yeah, okay. So let's continue with the disassembly. Try just that. I just crack them all. So we're gonna get it out of the way, but why? There's one more bolt in that header.
Makes a big difference, doesn't it?
It helps me try to get them all the way out of the way. Get all the bolts out.
Ah! Yeah, now there's one.
Okay.
Oh, did you hear that?
I heard a.
Did you hear that?
I definitely heard a.
Another one. What does that mean?
So I have a feeling you need to put I know they say not to.
They're telling you to put oil on it.
I think you need to put thread locker in yours. I think you go into a passage. You probably could just pull them all out. So here, give me that one bolt. Is it wet? Give me those bolts. Are they wet? Yeah, there's coolant on them. Is that oil?
Well, it's hard to tell.
No. That's definitely coolant. I just tasted it.
A little taste.
There's coolant on them.
Is that one? Wait, is that broken?
Did you cut it? That looks cut.
That's cut. I can see the blue marks.
It's coolant on there.
Let's not be tasting it.
Coolant.
Why is the other side not having an issue?
Well, maybe no coolant over there yet. Maybe it didn't fill up to go to that side yet. These are light, so it should be easy.
Yeah. And I just got my back together.
You got a grabby spot.
Nobody to.
You can reach inside that hole, but you go inside your exhaust port hole. Open that head.
Is that oil up here?
You should have oil up here. That's coolant.
Why is there coolant here?
See, when you took the intake off and poured into it,
You sure?
I almost guarantee it.
Oh, yeah. Are you ready?
Yep. Got it. Nothing wrong with this gasket. So why is it leaking? It's obviously only going to leak out of, because the coolant's at that back hole. It's not this one yet, not this, because the block is angled back. So that's why it was leaking out of that one.
But it was leaking out of the middle too.
Right, that one and this one.
Yeah, I
Because
was
the
thinking
coolant
might
got
have
to
been
it.
moving forward, right?
Well, as the block would have filled up, it would have come to this one eventually. But why? The gasket looks fine. I pulled the gasket off. There's nothing wrong with the gasket.
That's not good.
Unless they're just crappy gaskets. Which in that case, you probably want to change both of them out. But these holes aren't going down, so those obviously can't go into the block.
So you're saying, you're thinking, well, yeah, the holes would be down because the rest of those.
Correct. If the coolant level went down, the whole level would go down. I think it just got in there because as soon as you loosened it up.
Those don't need to be sealed.
No.
What it appears to be.
Correct.
Because this would be full if that's full.
Correct. It would have to be. I just think as we took them off and the coolant started to leak out, it got on the bolts as you were unthreading them. And you don't see any cracks or anything out to those holes, do you? Like those little triangles don't look like there's any seams out to the threaded part. I don't see anything. It would be obviously cracked. Yeah, I think it's a bad gasket set. I mean, it's, as bad as that sounds.
No, that's not good because I don't like the sound of that whatsoever.
Better than a cracked block or a cracked head.
Well, did you even check that? See if you could even notice that on the head? Were we even looking at that yet?
What?
If it's a cracked head.
No, the head looks fine. Everything, I mean, this was milled. This is decked really nice. This is smooth and level. It just had to be leaking out of, it was leaking out of this one and this one. Or out of this one and running, either way. One of these two was leaking. But that is so super smooth.
Yeah, it looks way too clean. Way too clean to not be
Right. So let's look at your Fel-pro gaskets and see what the difference is in the head gaskets. They're underneath you right there. Those look a lot nicer, actually.
Why don't they look like they're round though?
You know, all the pictures I saw weren't round.
I know. Those ones are.
They don't have to be, though.
What do you mean?
They don't have to be round.
Well, those ones are round.
Yeah, but they don't have to.
Yeah, I guess so. But
This has got like a material around everything, though. I don't know if I like that or not. I mean, it's, they don't use like.
here's one thing I want to see is do they both look identical? Meaning there's no front and back. And
Well,
no.
there's a front on this one, and the
Does
two
it
big.
say front?
Yes, and the two big dowel holes.
Okay.
So we know this one has to go like that. Oh, and this says front written the same way on both sides. Just go like that or like that. Okay, the same gasket again.
Are they?
Yep, because the printing. The
Oh, you have your dowel holes the wrong way.
yeah, mine are facing you now.
I'm putting this on like it was on my side of the
Yes.
engine. No, yeah. So they just put these two
Yeah.
pins over.
But this is front and front written the same. So you can read it both ways. The other one had it on one side, so you kind of were guessing.
Follow the directional markings shown on the gasket for the head gasket. If no marking exists, install gasket incorrectly.
Right.
We've got that one down.
Yeah. Make a guess, and it'll be wrong.
They don't look like it would have been one thing if I would have said, "Oh, we tore this."
Right.
Here, right.
Right.
I don't see that. Right.
Right. Could this be so thick that you can't get a seal on?
You can see where it was depressed over the edge.
Right.
Oh wait, maybe that's part of the cutout. Is that part? No, that's part of the gasket.
Is it okay? No. The only thing you do is do it again and see what happens. I mean, that's the only course of action. So new set of
So, are you pulling off the other side?
probably. You're this far down to it. You don't have to do it again and pull
That was my fault.
and pull
It's,
it.
what, 8 bolts?
Right. Pull the head off.
At
Clean
this
it up.
point, it's 8 bolts.
Yeah. But
It's not like it's
Fel-pro.
tons of RTU sealing.
And the blue will match the blue of the block. Which the important part is. We'd like to be sponsored by Fel-pro gaskets, please.
I think, if you don't mind, I'm going to pull that guy off now.
Yeah, do it.
And that way I can hand it to you, make it a little bit
Yep,
easier.
absolutely. Let's do it. You're stuck on the dowel. Like, yeah. Here it comes. Got it. I got it.
These pistons supposed to be full of oil?
Pistons? You said you sprayed stuff in there, I thought.
No, they're like full, like all the way to the top.
What? I thought it's on the other side. I'm like, there's no way there's oil in there. 'Cause there's no coolant on this side at all.
Yep.
So you just never got to this side.
Or when you cleaned it, you just
You just have
packed them full.
Yeah. Well, with that, we will call that the end of this episode, and I will hopefully get back over there to restack the engine. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but I'm going to try, and if I do, I will shoot that as well. I want to thank everybody for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a great week. We'll talk to you later.